What's up, you guys? Welcome to this week's episode of the Just Saying podcast. I'm your host, Justin Martindale, and we are back. I feel like I was gone for like a month. A little bit has changed. I am now officially a Mr. Officially.
All right.
I know. The wedding was a smash. It was a hit. It went off perfectly. Like Evan and I could not have imagined for a more perfect day. Everyone's always like, it was the best day of my life, and it truly was. There was a couple rainy days in there when everyone started getting into town, and then actual wedding day, it cleared up. It was gorgeous. Everyone was happy. People were like, this was the most beautiful wedding we've ever been to. And I'm like, you are correct. And it was just gorgeous. It was so much fun. I actually have a full recap of the wedding on my Patreon. So if you are not subscribed to the Just Saying Patreon, get on board. You will get behind the scenes tea. We did have some incidences at the wedding, which were kind of fun. Some were crazy. But overall, it was a wonderful, wonderful time. And then, of course, right after that wedding, we go straight into Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Ours was just very low-key. We were exhausted. The wedding was on a Saturday. I don't think we fully recovered until the following Wednesday, which was the day before Thanksgiving. And then it was like, happy Thanksgiving, eat, wine, more eating, more wine. Let's go see Wicked. Hold on, we will get into Wicked in just a second. I have thoughts, but I just wanted to say we are back. We are getting the episodes up on Spotify. We will be getting the episodes on iTunes. So right now, I think they're just on YouTube, but we will get it. It's going to happen, okay? There's a process to things. We are just thankful that you guys are all here. I also want to say thank you to everybody who did listen to the Just Saying podcast. In the year 2025, we have made your Spotify Wrapped of the best podcasts that you listen to. So that means so much. I've seen those and I've been sharing them. It just means so much to me. And we're just going to have a bigger, better 2026. We've got some guests showing up, but let's get into the Spotify Wrapped.
Let's do it.
I love getting my Spotify Wrapped every year. And every year they get a little gayer. For those of you who live in a cave, a Spotify Wrapped is pretty much, if you listen to Spotify, if you listen to Apple Music, it pretty much kind of tracks what music, what styles of music, how long you've been listening to it all year, like kind of like an AI generated platform. And then it compresses everything. And then it makes it this colorful end of the year, like Wrapped for you. And it kind of tells you like how your 2026 or whatever year it was went. For instance, last year I went and saw a Kylie Minogue in concert, and Kylie Minogue was my #1 artist of the year. I was like listening to Kylie like all year. And then this year I was like, oh God, Taylor Swift, Confessions of a Showgirl came out, and Evan loved that album and I did not. And I was like, please, I don't want my Spotify to be Taylor Swift, which is fine if you want it to make, just not my, hashtag not my Spotify. Okay. So this year it was Lady Gaga, which I'm very excited. It was mayhem. I was listening to Lady Gaga, but also my #1 song was Shiza by Lady Gaga, which thank you, Just Sayers, for correcting me. Cause this whole time I've been calling it Sheeb because it looks like Sheeb and it's Shiza, which means shit. So my #1 song for 2025 was a German word for shit. And that tracks. That sounds very 2025 for me. But also my top genres of music, if you will, are as follows. #1, dance pop. Yeah, I want to forget. I want to dance. I want to have a good time. #2, house. Thank you, Rufus to Soul. I appreciate that. #3, soul. #4, flamenco. #5, French house. I am a Renaissance man, okay? And I'm sorry. Yes, I do have to come out and say I listen to flamenco music. When I am home, I'll light a candle and I will work, type, write some jokes, get some stories ready for this podcast. And I just listen to a little like Otmar Liebert, a little Bossa Nova Cafe. Yeah, it's great. You know why? Because I want to feel like I'm on vacation. Okay. But it just made me laugh because this year they did something new. Spotify just started age shaming people. So they will take your music and they will say your listening age is fill in the blank. So some people were like, my listening age is 89 years old. If they listen to like Ella Fitzgerald or like, you know, these older artists or whatever, jazz, they'll be like, you're 90 years old. However, if you're a grown person who listens to K-pop Demon Hunters, your age listening is probably 12. So some people are like, oh my God, I'm so young. And then some people are like, oh my God, I am an old ancient crypt. My age range was 44, which I'm like, you know what? Perfect. I'm musically appropriate. I listen to songs of yesteryear. I don't go far too back. And also I just love a good genre. Soul, R&B, Sade, SWV, you know, a little Otmar Liebert. Yeah. Little current things, little house music, you know? So I was very excited. I was not upset. Some people are like, I'm 98 years old. And I'm like, it's okay. We love you for who you are. Stay strong. We believe in you. But another thing that kind of came out this week, we are wrapping up 2025. Thank God. Can I just also say, we are recording this early in the morning. Keida was like, hey, can you get to the studio this morning at 7:30 a.m.? And I was like, you know what? Challenge accepted. Let's go. So I set my alarm for 5:30 this morning. Too early, I know. Too early, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to get up. I'm going to put in a Nespresso pod at our new Nespresso maker that we got for our wedding registry. I'm going to just sip there. I'm going to take Frida out and like enjoy a cold, autumnal, brisk walk around my neighborhood. Are you kidding me? My alarm went off and I don't know what it's set to, but it's set to Holly on Sirius XM. And I'm laying in bed and I hear ding, 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 ding. Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not strong. I'm weak. My neck hurts. And it's freezing. It's freezing. And by freezing, I mean what? 48 degrees? That's cold here. And I don't want to hear it, people from Minnesota. We get it. You're cold. But you chose that lifestyle. It's cold here. So I'm like, okay, it's 48 degrees. My dog is snuggled right next to me. My husband's right next to me. We're warm. We're cozy. Like, I'm not getting out of this warm bed and doing this. And finally, like 6:15 came around. It's still dark outside. I'm like, let's go. I don't know how people do it. I mustered the strength. I got out of bed, put the shoes on, took Frida out, had the coffee, but I was like, damn, I do not know how people like layer up to go outside. I don't know how people shovel snow off their windshield. What? How? Why? I can't. And so it kind of made me angry, and which leads into our first story. The Oxford word of the year is rage bait.
Wait, that's the word of the year?
That's the word of the year, Keida.
Wow.
Rage bait. So I don't know who the people over at Oxford pick the word. I don't know how it comes around. I think it's just like the most searched words of the year. And rage bait is the official 2025 word of the year, which makes sense. I feel like it was a very angry, rage, baity kind of year. But if you don't know what the word means, it is a noun. So you can use it in a sentence like, I don't want to click on that article because it's rage bait. That's how that works. But I do want to say why rage bait was picked. Rage bait is defined as online content deliberately designed to elicit anger or outrage by being frustrating, provocative, or offensive, typically posted in order to increase traffic to or engagement with a particular webpage or social media content. With 2025's news cycle dominating by social unrest, debates about the regulation of online content, and concerns over digital well-being, our experts notice that the use of rage bait this year has evolved to signal a deeper shift in how we talk about attention, both how it is given and how it is sought after, engagement and ethics online. The word has tripled in usage in the last 12 months. Rage bait was first used online in a posting on Usenet in 2002 as a way to designate a particular type of driver reaction to being flashed at by another driver requesting to pass them, introducing the idea of deliberate agitation. The word then evolved into internet slang used to describe viral tweets, often to critique entire networks of content that determine what is posted online, like platforms, creators, and trends. So I feel like rage bait is clearly people wanting that reaction to make people angry, to, I don't know, and their defense start a sensitive conversation. I'm just bringing this up, and then get the reaction and be like, why is everyone yelling? That's crazy. I don't know what. Well, I'm going to go on a podcast and just bitch about it. My rage bait of 2025 are as follows, in no particular order. Labubu's, anything JoJo Siwa, J-Lo, I'm going to say 6'7". I feel like 6'7" was a lot for people.
Wait, what's 6'7" again?
6'7" is the like the Gen Alpha slang where the kid just started. They all do the 6'7", 6'7". Like that's yeah. I see that online a lot. A lot of mothers, teachers. Just it's banned from some schools, or just like absolutely we're not doing that. People are going to In-N-Out Burger and recording, the order number. They're like, order number 6'7". They're like, "Bah!" Like it's a whole mess. I get it. It outrages me as well. But those are kind of like my rage bait of it all. I feel like another rage bait is in result of the canceled celebrities of 2025. We lost a lot. They didn't die, just people kind of, turned on them a little bit. We had Kristen Chenoweth, her Broadway show, The Queen of Versailles, already being like canned because of her online remarks kind of after the Charlie Kirk assassination this year. What else? We also
Sydney
had
Sweeney.
Nicki Minaj. She's being canceled for teaming up with the White House. There's a lot. Carrie Underwood for even singing the national anthem during the inauguration. It's just everyone's angry about something, and I'm really, really hoping and really, really optimistic that we all can kind of. Who am I kidding? It's like we can all combine together and just join forces. Nah, we'll see how it goes. But I did want to talk about the newest rage bait that I have is I went and saw Wicked. Now, when Wicked came out last year, I had Sarah Hyland on the podcast and we talked about it. And I talked about like my awful, horrifying story about how I was dragged to go see a performance of Wicked and I blacked out because I was on a date, and the date that I was on, the guy was like a musical theater dork and knew all the words and was singing it, and like I was hushed by a flying monkey. And he like knew people in the show and was like, Stephanie, hey girl, you're killing it. And like I was just mortified, and I blacked out, and I don't remember the show at all. This is true. And when Wicked came out last year, I was like, oh, this is great. This is cool. And then they like edged us all. At the end, they were like, now you're going to get part 2, and we have to wait a year for that. And all the theater dorks were like, gooning. And now it has finally come out, and I went and saw it on Thanksgiving, and I'm going to say it. We didn't need it. We did not need this movie. It easily could have been wrapped up in the first movie. Easily. The directors were like, you know what? We're going to add 2 songs. Didn't need them. They were not that good. I'm going to say it. The press for it was ridiculous. The collabs, the marketing, everywhere you went, there were Wicked Rice Krispie treats. There was Wicked pottery. There was Wicked cotton candy. There's everything. There was so much pink and green. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Oh God, there's pink and green in here. But the one thing that is haunting me to this day, as of now, that I need... I can't believe that this happened, was the Michelle Yeoh, Madame Morrible press. First of all, Madame Morrible was atrocious. And I posted this on my Instagram. It's my account. I do what I want. You know, I'm not one of those people who... You ask them something and they're like, no, I really loved it. It was brave. It was great. I'm very opinionated. You guys know this. But I was watching Wicked and I'm watching Michelle Yeoh and I'm like, what is this? This is awful. Michelle Yeoh, Academy Award winning actress, beautiful. She looks incredible as Madame Morrible. But I was like, what? The acting, the singing, you literally could have cast Kim Kardashian in All's Fair as Madame Morrible in Wicked. I'm standing by it. Oh, yes. Shut up. Just wave and look pretty. I was like, this is garbage. I wanted the character of Madame Morrible to snap in the second half like she does in the Broadway show, where the whole time she's like, oh, I'm this amazing, teacher and I'm here to help. And then you see her snap and actually be the evil, vindictive mastermind behind this whole thing. Did not get that at all. You know what we did get? Madame Morrible. Flip it around, Wicked Witch. I've been saying this in my house for weeks. It's ingrained in my head, and I'm blaming Michelle Yeoh. I'm literally saying it in public. I say it to my dog. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it is Madame Morrible. It's Michelle Yeoh's press tour that she went on. Every show she went on, she was like, Madame Morrible, flip it around, Wicked Witch. So now I'll be in bed and I'll hear Wicked Witch. It's terrifying. It's like a ghost in my hallway. Madame Morrible, flip it around, Wicked Witch. Oh.
Which character did she play?
Frida looks at me like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm sorry, Frida. Evan and I just say it to each other all the time. I use it as a gift now. I'll say, Frida Pepita, flip it around, Wicked Witch. So that's why I'm just like, That was my rage bait. Every time, and it's everywhere on Instagram, it's on TikTok. Everyone's doing their versions of Flip It Around, WW Wicked Witch, and it's in my veins. It is a part of me now until hopefully the end of the year. So yeah, I'm giving up Madame Morrible for 2026. I can't. It's just I got to get it out of my head. All right, moving along. We all saw the Macy's 99th Thanksgiving parade, which is crazy. So next year is going to be 100. So it's going to be even more exciting, I'm sure. I hope they bring out some of the very, very, very first floats if they're still around. And they actually did some really fun trivia during this episode of the Thanksgiving parade that when they started using balloons after the parade, they would just let them go. They were just like, all right. So you would just see like a giant balloon I'm like, what? That's how they're like, all right, good parade, everyone. Just release them. And, it'd be like some giant, turkey would be flying by someone's house. And then, wherever they landed, they would go collect them and wrap them up. I like the artistry of the parade. I like the lip syncing being off on the track. I like the random, like someone fell last year. There was like a dance and like someone slipped and fell. Like I like the real time theatrics of it all. I love the freezing celebrities on the float. I love Hoda's wind-swept hair. I like Savannah Guthrie, taking a swig of malt liquor before the commercial break. That's what I like. The theatrics. Well, this is one that will go down as one of the craziest things ever. I didn't see this, but someone caught this on TikTok. So you know how they have these like schools that come and like do their dances and they, that one girl. The one girl this year who was doing the baton twirling and she dropped her baton on the final like beat of the song. And I thought about her and girl, if you're out there and if you know this girl, I got you. I don't even know what school it was from, but everyone was doing it. In the last beat, she dropped it and she just held it. And I was like, that's theater right there. But this other school, they were doing their dance routine. And they showed these kids dancing through horse shit. Now, to bring it back to Wicked, dancing through shit. The NYP horses pooped on the road before their performance at the Macy's Day Parade, but they still danced it out.
So the horses dropped it too.
The horses dropped it like it's hot, and it was hot. And can we go up? Is there anything?
Yeah, I think there's,
here's actual video of these look at this. So they're jamming out.
And they're barefoot.
Wow,
they're barefoot.
Just stomping through turds.
Dashing through the snow.
The show must go on. How did they not throw up immediately? And their heads are getting low to the ground. And sick.
Well, to be fair, I mean, horse poop is just like grass.
No, Keida.
It's just grass.
It is not. No.
And that girl looks like she's probably a farmer.
No.
That one blonde hair girl that's running through it. They might like it.
No.
It's also warm.
No.
Could keep their feet warm.
You're not normalizing dancing in horse shit. You're not gaslighting that. That is you're rage baiting me. I think it's so disgusting. Also, I am very every time I go to New York City, Frida loves Central Park. She gets excited about the horses. She barks at the horses. But every time we are about to walk into Central Park, it makes me gag because of the smell. I can't do it. Evan will full on just like make the sound. I hate that is a very pungent, distinct smell. The horses in New York City. And I cannot imagine being like, oh my God, girls, we made it. We're performing for the Macy's 99th annual Thanksgiving parade. We did it, girls. And then they're like 5, 6, 7, 8, and cameras are rolling. And they're just trotting through turds with their bare feet. And like, it's probably freezing. And like, yes, it's sick. And I have to hand it to those girls for not puking, I would have been like, no. Absolutely not. But these girls are professionals. I'm also a professional. I would have been like, I'll be in my trailer. They're like, you're a varsity dance team member. Okay, well, maybe next year we get a trailer. Man, I don't know. I agree with the comments. I feel like they should have been like, stop, shovel it up, at least something, hose it down. I don't know, but.
Instead of the turkey trot, they should have called it the turd trot.
It really was a turd trot. And I feel so bad for those poor girls. And anyways, my heart goes out to them. But yeah, so that was the Macy's Poop Parade. Hopefully next year they don't subject young girls to dance through shit. But we also have, to keep the holiday spirit alive, a octogenarian has won the best technique at a lesbian pie eating contest. And she said she savored every morsel. Look at this.
Look at her.
If this is not a holiday card, I do not know what is. So here we have, she went viral for winning a crustalingus technique.
Wow.
It is too early.
Wow.
At a lesbian pie eating contest in San Francisco, showing age is no limit to getting a slice of the action. So this competition took place at Ricky's Sports Bar in the Castro District to raise money for the Curve Foundation's 2026 Lesbian Visibility Week. Okay. Ricky's, which is the only sports bar in the San Francisco Bay Area dedicated to celebrating women's sports, described the contest as an epically sloppy, no hands, no forks battle for bragging rights and a, wait for it, $100 cash prize. Amongst the lesbians eager to shove their faces in something sweet for a good cause was octogenarian Babs Deitch, who took home the title for best technique in the contest. Sharing clips of her participation on her social media, she stated her winning technique proves once and for all that experience matters. When asked about her approach, she said, I took my time savoring every moment and every morsel of crust hidden beneath those sweet hills and valleys. Okay, now, here's what we're going to do. We are going to actually look at this woman's technique and wow.
No forks. I've never thought about bringing a fork to eating a woman out.
I mean, she's so excited. Is this a clam pie? What flavor is this?
It's not banana cream.
No. Oh my God. Oh, she has water.
A little bit of water. Yeah. Wash it down.
Oh, wow.
Well, did they say if her partner's there? Does she have a partner?
I think the pie is her partner. I think I don't know. I don't think there is a partner. I think this is good old Babs. This is just Babs being Babs. I mean, oh shit. Some of the comments say, okay, me next.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you for your service. She ate. Go, girl. That tongue is out. Get it, Babs. The way she comes up for a breath. Well-deserved win. My hero. I mean, this is what.
Oh, wait. Let's look at the hidden comments.
Now, that's a woman who's eaten a few pies in her life. Why is that a hidden comment?
That's lame.
Lame.
Yeah, that's lame.
But good for you. You know, the things you'll do for $100. She's getting in there. You know what? I would much rather shove my face in a pie than be approached by somebody on the street. That's another one of my rage baits. People on the street. For $100, tell me how big you are. What? Get out of here. Hey, man, for $100, where do you live? No. Tase right to the neck. Get out of here. I don't know you. Get away. There's nothing worse. All right. Well, congrats, Babs. Thank you for, for your service. Now, another thing that really had me rage baited this year was celebrities being assaulted, whether that being on a red carpet, whether that being at a concert, whether, you know, people throwing cups at Billie Eilish, people throwing cameras, people throwing stuff at concerts, hitting performers. And this one actually happened during the Wicked press junket where Ariana Grande was grabbed by this guy in Singapore. It was kind of it was scary because you saw the video of this guy jumping over the rail, grabbing Ariana Grande. Cynthia Erivo went full like Wolverine mode, just like, and just grabbed her. It was like, get away. Michelle Yeoh was like, wiki wee. It was just not, it was scary. And, you know, Ariana Grande has a lot of PTSD. She had, you know, an assassination at one of her concerts years ago, where there was that bombing during her concert. So, you know what? Maybe let's not do that. But this guy, let's read a little bit of this. So his name was Johnson Wen. He's a 26-year-old Australian. He was charged with being a public nuisance. What? He posted on Instagram that he was already free after being arrested. So he was arrested and sent to jail, I think, for 9 days. So he was in jail for 9 days, and it caused a massive outrage in Singapore. But now BBC reports that after being sentenced to 9 days in prison, he has been barred from re-entering Singapore per the Immigration and Checkpoints Authority. The original incident happened during the premiere. He jumped over and grabbed Ariana Grande. So now this guy refers to himself as the troll most hated on his Instagram. He's done this before with other celebrities. I think he jumped on stage with The Weeknd at one point. He jumped up on stage when Katy Perry was on stage playing, and she was like, get this person off of me. Hold on. He goes, he is known. He's posted clips of himself disrupting other events. He's also done it to the Chainsmokers, as well as running onto the field at sporting events. So this guy is just clearly unhinged and unwell. I really wish that the security, I mean, I don't know. I'm not blaming security because they're there. There's so many people around. But the fact that this guy got this far is shocking and scary because if you don't remember, there was a singer who was on The Voice, and she was at, I can't remember her name, but she was at a meet and greet, and this guy went up to her and just killed her, like in front of everybody, and it was so shocking and so jarring and horrifying. And, that's what they say about these things. We're like, oh, well, he just, all he was doing was he's just a fan. I'm like, no, you can't trust people these days. And if I was Ariana Grande, I'd be terrified. And I thought she handled it like a pro.
Do we want to watch it or no?
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, here's the clip of it. So the guy jumps over the rail and then just grabs her, puts his arm over her. Cynthia, like full on, is like, no, like full on Charlotte in the Sex and the City movie when Big stands up Carrie at the wedding. She's like, no. So I had major props for Cynthia for protecting Ariana like that. Over the Thanksgiving weekend, I did something that I have never done before, and that is take a Waymo. Now, if you don't know what Waymo is, it's a driverless car. Yes, we've all heard about it. Some of you love it. I have friends who are like, let's just get a Waymo. Let's just get a Waymo. It's cheaper than an Uber. It's just cheaper than an Uber. Cheaper than a Lyft. Let's get a Waymo. And I cannot get myself to do it, or rather could not, until Black Friday. Black Friday, I was like, let's go. We went to the Century City Mall, Evan, my friend Nick, and we were like, let's just go check out some shopping. Let's walk off this turkey and, see what's out there. So Nick ordered a Waymo because he's a psychopath. No, he's not. But we get in this Waymo, and I have to say, I liked it. It was comfortable. The music was great. And I just, it's very bizarre. It's very bizarre. You feel like you're on like a ride, and you just kind of like tune out everything. And you just, you feel a little safer in the car. If you're not having to deal with like, a Uber driver who smokes and the car smells like stale cigarettes. You're not having to deal with like their music blasting. You're not having to deal with their shitty driving. I took an Uber once with Evan from the airport from LAX. We still talk about it to this day. We landed, I think we came back from, I want to say we came back from, it was either New York or Georgia. And we arrived like really late back in LA. We got this Uber. This guy had like a baby car seat in his back seat that we were like sitting in between. He was driving like 80 miles an hour, 80 plus miles an hour, just down like the street, hitting every pothole. My head was hitting the roof. It was kind of crazy. It smelled like weed in the car. I was like, what are we doing? I felt safe. I felt secure. However, the Waymos, and I've noticed this at the Comedy Store, especially on Sunset Boulevard, since they're driverless, they'll just pull up and just drop you off. That's it. They don't know, like they'll just block that driveway that all the comics pull in to the back of the store. So they'll pull into that alleyway right into the middle of the Andaz and Sunset and the store, and they'll just stop right there. And like nobody can pull in because there's nobody in the car. There's no one in the car. So you can't be like, hey, buddy, move your car. There's just air. There's just air in the car. And so you have to wave. It's funny, but at the same time, it can be very, very frustrating. So this is what happened with our Waymo situation. We are leaving Century City Mall, okay? We noticed a lot of packages. There's like, like one of those hotel carts with just packages. And I see Ken, Lisa Vanderpump's husband. And I'm like, oh my God, that's Ken. And then I see Lisa Vanderpump herself walking towards us. And I'm like, oh God, that's Lisa Vanderpump. Oh, I've met her 4 times. She still has no idea who I am. Still. I'm like, Lisa. And she's like, hello, love. Doesn't know who I am. Now, the Waymo comes to pick us up at Century City Mall, and it has no idea what to do. So it's stopping in the middle of traffic. Traffic is honking. The Waymo, bless its heart, or its AI heart, just kind of pulls in, and I'm like trying not to look like an asshole in front of Lisa Vanderpump, and I'm like, oh God, like, is the car, like, can we approach the car? Is it going to get hit by a car? What's happening? So we get in the car. I'm embarrassed, drive away. Until next time, Lisa Vanderpump. Congrats on the new season of Vanderpump Rules. But this Waymo takes it to a whole nother level. A video has captured a Waymo taxi driving a passenger into an apparent police standoff in downtown LA last week. And you know what? It was me. The Waymo took us there. It was me. The Waymo taxi came across a street blocked by police vehicles early Friday before turning into an area that was not blocked off where other vehicles were also traveling. Officers were conducting a high-risk felony arrest after a stolen vehicle pursuit at around 3:40 a.m. when the Waymo drove through an intersection, according to the LA Police Department. Now, The Waymo said the vehicle was in the vicinity of the vent for no more than 15 seconds. Oh, okay, Waymo, thank you. It was just 15 seconds in a standoff. Safety is our highest priority at Waymo, both for the people who choose to ride with us and with whom we share the streets. When we encounter unusual events like this one, we learn from them as we continue improving road safety. A spokesperson for Waymo said, guess it was just 15 seconds of a gun-riddled standoff in LA downtown. But also, like, that is what happens with the Waymos. You're just driving, and then you're like, oh, well, there's bullets going through the windows. Maybe I should duck. How do I rate this? Can I rate this ride? How do I rate this ride? But literally, driving down the streets over Thanksgiving, I feel like every other car, maybe every other like 3 cars was a Waymo. They're everywhere. And I really wanted to try and put some of the family in a Waymo, and they were like, this is ungodly. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. So anyways, I'm glad that person, I literally, how did that person not bust out their camera and do like a TikTok and be like, hey guys, just driving in my Waymo through a police standoff. Hey, I don't know. Anyways, some more stories. A man told his wife he wanted a hot nanny for their kids, but everyone was surprised when a dude with 6-pack abs showed up. When Vincent Hickerson, okay, I'm just going to say it. Your name's Vincent, Vencent. Okay. When Vincent was looking to hire a nanny, he wasn't expecting to decide on a very attractive singer-songwriter, Manny. In a video posted on his Instagram account, Hickerson, who also goes by Big Vinny, the overall entertainer. Vincent, keep things to yourself. He shared a series of photos of his wife posing next to his kid's nanny, who was pictured shirtless and flaunting his abs. So I told my wife I wanted a hot nanny for the kids. Hey, let's not do that. You don't need to tell your kids you need a hot nanny for them. No. You get Nanny McPhee. You get a British woman with a wart on her nose with crooked teeth who looks like she magically entered from a chimney. That's the nanny you get. Your dad should not be saying to you, I want a hot nanny for you guys. This really is gross. How that turned out. Hickerson, who is also a singer, included another clip of his Manny, whose name is AJ Gatzio. Yep. Playing with his kids in a cutaway tank top. What? God. Oh, be careful what you ask for. LOL, a little throwback to when AJ Giotto was our Manny during the pandemic. The dad wrote in his caption, never miss a story. Yeah, so this is the guy. This was the Manny. And so, yeah, he's like a good-looking guy. What did the wife think? I don't care what Vincent, the country singer, has to say. Basically, in the middle of COVID, my wife was pregnant and we owned a small gym in Tennessee. After the mandatory shutdown, we were to month 7 and she was getting to where she needed help with taking care of our 2.5-year-old. But I was running our gym and training our clients each day, so I couldn't help with my pregnant wife because I was just getting yoked in the gym with my dude bros. You're gay. You're gay. We had a couple of female nannies. They either ghosted us or had other opportunities come up. Yeah, because they're terrified of you, Vincent. You're a creep. So I jokingly said to my good friend, AJ Gatto, hey, you should come be the nanny. At least I can count on you and my wife could get to have a hot nanny. So you told, this isn't a stranger. This is someone you knew who is attractive, who you said, hey, come help out with the kids in a crop top shirtless. While you're at it, take a shower. He used to be a first grade teacher, but had recently moved to full-time being a musician. This is his friend, Gatio, or AJ. He told Hickerson that he'd love to pitch in since most of his gigs had been canceled. He'd come 5 days a week, sometimes more. I guarantee his compensation on at least 5 a week so he could be devoted to us during that time. Devoted to us? He would literally take my son outside and they would play superheroes, ride his tractor. Okay. Look for animals and just have a blast outside. So yeah,
Oh my God, Vincent is a bear.
Vincent is a bear. Good job, Keida. Good job.
He's a bear.
Vincent and AJ, the cub and bear of the pandemic. I don't know if Vincent has teeth, but
he looks like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, which you probably have no
it's
idea
one of
what
those
that
guys
means.
his poor wife's just like strapped to a bed waiting to give birth, and he's just out here eating chicken nuggies with AJ Gaccio shirtless. God, this is so bizarre. Well, you get what you wish for. Good for you. And he's from Tennessee, says a lot, doesn't it? So a lot of his guy friends were like, are you crazy? Why would you let a GQ model stay at your house with your wife? The answer was pretty simple for me. What's the answer, Vincent? Why is the answer simple? He says that he's a confident man and trusts his wife 1,000%. I'm not concerned about the wife trusting. Concerned about you, Vincent. So this guy, going from Vincent with his hot nanny, this guy straight up married his father.
Oh,
yeah. This came out this week. A gay man scored a viral social media posting over the weekend with a video highlighting the similarities between his husband and his dad. PK Creedon is a content creator and online marketer. He started dating his future husband, Mike Van Riekum, in 2014, and they married in 2022. Mike is from Richmond, Virginia, and PK is from Chicago, but they're now based in LA. God damn it, these people wrong amongst us. Much of their content creation shows them on their travels. On some trips, they've been joined by family members, including PK's mom and dad. Oh, there they are. In a new video, PK edited together a montage of clips to highlight things my husband and dad did on our trip that made me realize I married my father. This included they refuse help with the luggage. Both men pet every dog they see. Both men nap on whether mode of transport you place them on. They dance like nobody's watching. They sign up for karaoke. They both make a similar face when they don't like something. And they love me unconditionally. Oh, no. So the guy didn't marry his actual father. The guy married somebody who reminds him of his father. This is rage baiting. Because you're like, what? Yeah. So this is like, when girls are like, I want to marry somebody who reminds me of my dad. But this is the gay version. Like, oh, I'm marrying somebody who reminds me of my father.
Literally.
Yeah. Which leads us into our final story. You guys, if you are now watching the show Heated Rivalry, don't watch it with your grandmother or any of your family members whatsoever.
Unless it was that woman eating the pie.
Watch the lady from San Francisco eat pie first as like a nice segue if you're going to do it with Heated Rivalry. Get the reaction from your family members watching the woman eating pie, and then get into it. So if you're not watching Heated Rivalry, it's based on Rachel Reed's Game Changers books. It follows a passionate love story between two hockey players. I'm calling this the Brokeback Mountain on Ice, the Brokeback Ice Capades. It is an HBO series. However, we need to give the credit where it's due. This is a Canadian television company called Crave. Crave actually produced this show, and HBO Max picked it up, and now HBO Max is getting all the credit for it. But viewers were left hot under the collar as the lads got hot and heavy during some very, very graphic sex scenes. I've seen enough. Go ahead and greenlight 6 seasons in a movie, one said. This is a lot freakier than I thought it would be. It tells the story of a Russian hockey player and a Canadian hockey player. One plays for Boston. The other plays it's I don't even remember. I don't even know hockey. It's just, there's literally no hockey in this show. There's maybe like 6 seconds of an actual hockey match. And then it's like, meet me in my room. And then just when you think it's going to like fade to black and cut to another scene, they fade to black. And then it goes right into like someone's ass up in the air, just getting railed. Like
so you see some hockey sticks.
Someone's getting pucked, and they're getting pucked hard. And I'm sitting there with my wine, shaking, trembling, going, oh. Poor Frida's just watching this. I'm like, Frida, close your eyes. So much gratuitous sex. Part of me is like, yes, finally. But then part of me is also like, are my window shades down? Like, I don't know. I don't want like my neighbor walking by and being like, well, Justin's watching porn again on his television in his living room. It is so hot and juicy, and they're all over TikTok. And I think, of course, everybody wants to know if they're actually gay in real life. I don't know if they're gay in real life, but this is actually really funny because one of the actors says, I feel like I've lived 100 lives since then and how much time I've spent thinking about it. The show is spearheaded by showrunner Jacob Tierney, who came up with the idea while producing Traitors Canada in 2023. Can't wait for Traitors to come out in January here in the States. He heard of Rachel's books through an article in the Washington Post. He said, I had this moment where I was like, if someone else options this book, I think I'd go crazy. The action doesn't just play out on screen with steamy scenes playing out even before the cameras start rolling. During the audition process, actors Hudson Williams, who plays the main star Shane Hollander, and Connor Story, who plays Shane's rivalry, Ilya Rozanov, had to screen test. So during the screen test, Hudson told me the other guy was good, but Connor felt like he was going to pin me down and fuck me. That is literally what he said. And I was like, well, I think I cast this right. Joined by producing partner Brendan Brady, Jacob messaged the author on Instagram in order to secure rights for the series. 6 episodes are streaming now on Crave in Canada and on HBO Max. I think we're on episode 2 now. I don't know if they are coming out every week, but the IMDb synopsis reads, Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov are 2 of the biggest stars in Major League Hockey. Bound by ambition, rivalry, and a magnetic pull, neither of them fully understands. What begins as a secret fling between 2 fresh-faced rookies evolves into a years-long journey of love, denial, and self-discovery. Over the next 8 years, as they chase glory on the ice, they struggle to navigate their feelings for each other at every available glory hole. No. Torn between the sport they live for and the love they can't ignore, Shane and Ilya must decide if there's room in their fiercely competitive world for something as fragile and powerful as real love. I mean, if you want to watch this show, go ahead. Viewer discretion advised. It is hot. It is heavy. It is sexy. There are moments where I'm like, oh, good gracious. And also moments where I'm like, they're giving everything away. Straight people aren't supposed to know this about us. This is our secret.
How graphic does it? I mean, do you see frontal?
You don't see frontal yet, but it is like
it's coming.
You see, yeah, you don't see like that, but you see like,
no tips.
Are you saying TIP?
Yeah,
tips,
not
balls
tits.
and tips. You don't see balls and tips. No, you do not. You don't see anything so far, but it's just, I mean, you see ass. And then you see like a head go down. You see like, what am I doing? It's like 8 a.m. You see like, I want to watch you, like that kind of stuff. But also it's this is what's happening with shows right now. I'm watching All Her Fault, which is incredible. Such a good show. It's on Peacock. It has the daughter from Succession in it. It has Abby Elliott in it. It's really good. Very suspense, very like thriller, who's who mystery. That's great. But also this show does the same thing, Heated Rivalry, where it's like 2 weeks before, 10 years later, 6 months earlier, 1 week ago, 2 days before, Christmas 4 years ago. Like, it's just like the time jumps are so like, okay, where are we? Like, why am I time traveling watching a show? Just show me the show. I don't need to go back, spring forward. Daylight savings is already effing me up. I don't know what time it is anymore, but if you have the courage and the bravery to watch Heated Rivalry, get into it. Bring snacks, bring a comfortable massage oil, light an incense, put on a face mask, and go to town. Well, guys, this concludes this week's episode of the Just Saying podcast. Also, I have a deal for you. From now until December 15th, get 40% off on CozyEarth.com. This is a Cozy Earth shirt here. I love them. They're so comfortable. Use my promo code CE-JustinM to get 40% off at your final checkout on your entire order. You can do that from now until December 15th. That's the last day to get your orders in so they can get delivered for Christmas. And they've got bedding, sheets, towels, you name it. I have a Cozy Earth house. I love it. I have all their stuff, and this is so comfortable. Joggers, everyday pants, robes, pajamas, you name it. Go to CozyEarth.com, promo code CE-JustinM. And as always, we will see you next time on the Just Saying podcast. You guys have a fantastic week. Bye.